Well, Egypt hosts the third edition of the International Conference on Green Hydrogen in Africa for the first time, with the two previous editions having been held in Germany. The event serves as a platform for African and European government officials and business leaders and researchers to discuss green hydrogen technology strategies and investment opportunities. Well, and back to the issue of holding the 25th edition of the INTOSAI conference in Sharm el Sheikh. We're getting live from Sharm el Sheikh our correspondent Hani Farik from over there. Hani, just coming back to the issue, as Egypt is getting the presidency or receiving the presidency of the INTOSAI for the next 3 years. What's a great achievement for the auditing system and the auditing control in Egypt? Yes.
Yes. Yes, as you said, it's a special moment. Egypt, represented by the Accounting State Authority, is assuming now the presidency of the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions, INTOSAI, during its General Assembly held today in Sharm el Sheikh. To have a lot of details about the dimensions of this conference, I have the honor to have with us on Nile TV International Dr. Ahmed Darwish, former Minister of Administrative Development. Pleasure, sir, to have you on Nile TV International.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My pleasure. Welcome to you and to our viewers.
Thanks a lot. And let me say first about this historical moment. Egypt is assuming now the presidency of this organization, which representing the institutions and financial audit from all over the world.
Well, this doesn't come, just at this moment. It means that there has been lots of efforts in the past 3 years, during which Egypt showed leadership in terms of the initiatives, in terms of following them, in terms of leading. We have actually an auditing, apparatus that started in 1942. So they come with a huge amount of experience and loading, and then now, with the leadership of President Sisi and the leadership of Councillor Faisal, they have done good work. It has been recognized, and we will take the presidency for the next 3 years, and we will lead lots of the initiatives. I would like you to take your camera and go through the summit and see how many delegations have accepted the invitations, how many did attend.
Yes, we are talking about maybe 195 countries or something like auditing bodies.
Yeah, we have around 192 auditing bodies that come from around 150 countries. So it's really a big summit. It's not a small one, and it's the second time to be held in Egypt. Just so, it's 25, but 2 of these 25s were held in Egypt. So it tells you how yes.
Okay, so let me ask you about a panel that you have attended, a special panel entitled "The Prospects of Artificial Intelligence in the General Review, the Path Towards Sustainable Governance." This panel discussed the role of modern technologies, most notably artificial intelligence, in developing governance systems and enhancing transparency and sustainability within state institutions. So let me ask you about more details about this subject, how the AI can really help.
Well, AI is a subject that is actually of growing importance, but let me assure the viewers that we need to look at it as a new tool. We passed historically through different tools. We used to use a pen, and then we had a slide rule, and then we had a calculator, we had Excel sheets, we had enterprise resource planning, ERPs, and then came the era of big data and analytics, because the data became extremely big, such that normal ways of analyzing this data and analyzing the huge number of transactions is very difficult. Right now, we are in the era of artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence could sit as a layer on the top of this big data. It could be an assistant for you to direct your attention to things that might not be clear with the old way and the old-fashioned way of doing things. So it is an important tool that we really start to need to master it and use it.
Yeah.
What we have actually discussed, or what I suggested in this session actually, is that we really need to have our own.
Yes, yes.
Because most of those large language models have been developed elsewhere. And it means those models are trained on data. So they were trained on their data. A data that comes from a different culture, a different environment with a different decision-making approach and so on. So it might be biased. And by the way, if you ask any of those big five, AI tools, and ask him what's your problem, he will answer and say I'm biased. It knows it's biased. Okay, what can we do? Those large language models have been trained on huge data centers. We are talking mega and gigabytes of electricity.
Feeding by foreigners.
Yes. We don't have those huge data centers, but we could actually develop a small model that is directed to a specific problem rather that is something generic, that is spanning lots of things. It could be trained on a reasonable sized data center. We feed it with our own data, we train it the way we like, it will become our model and it will become more accurate, less biased in our environment than importing it from outside.
What about the relation between auditing, financial auditing especially, and the sustainable development?
Oh, this is very important. Auditing is one pillar of achieving governance. Governance is the most important thing. If you have governance, if you have good governance in a place, it means you are sure that this place, the decision-making process is taken appropriately. It means that the projects are being monitored and so on. So, how can I do that? I need an independent eye, because you cannot actually audit on yourself, because you will, of course, nobody wants to declare his mistakes and so on. So when you have an independent auditor, this independent auditor directs your attention. I mean, we are not here actually to hang people. No, we are here actually to tell them, together, let's learn from our mistakes. Let's be sure that they will be rectified. Let's be sure that we are not going to repeat the same mistakes. So if you have this system, you are sure that you are sustainable. It means the system will continue to grow.
And we have this index about transparency that push us to forward, especially in the economic field.
You are touching on something very important, which means that we are really looking forward to a step-by-step change whereby the reports coming out of the central auditing or central accounting gets actually summarized in a simple way so that the layman can understand their job and what they are doing. Currently, it is sent to the president, it is sent to the speaker of the parliament, the chairman of the parliament, and to the parliamentaries. But, long time ago, in 2009 and 10, we pushed for something called the citizen budget. The budget is very complicated. Why don't we do something simplified for the citizens? I'm here with you calling for something similar. Why don't we call for a simple auditing report where the public can understand it?
And even paperless procedures and simplifications of procedures and a lot of that. Let me thank you a lot for this interview. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, and we wish the success. It's already a successful summit, and we wish more success for Egypt.
Thanks a lot for this interview, and back to you to the studio, Hanan.
Yes, Hani Farag, there was